Hey everybody, this is Jim Donnelly, technical agronomist with the Calvin Asgrow in Northern Illinois. And just kind of as a part of our virtual training series this summer, I wanted to touch on something that we did discover here in Northern Illinois, really my first time basically ever. And wanted to kind of show you what it really looks like so you can look for it yourself and kind of know what you're dealing with. First off, I apologize for the unofficial garb, but it's too hot out here for a heavy polo. So you get what you get. But anyway, I wanted to talk about bacterial leaf streak a little bit. And like I said, I have not seen really any of it up until this point this year, and just kind of stumbled upon it while getting to a plot to take some observations on various things, but came across it and pretty much knew what it was right away, but not to say that you can't confuse it with some other things. But so the primary symptoms that we're looking at here are going to be these lesions that you can see here. And to some extent, you can see these ones like right in the middle that kind of look a little bit like they could be gray leaf spot. But as you look closer, they're not really as, defined borders. So they don't really have that true rectangular shape, although early on they can definitely appear that way. But if you look at some of these down here, you can see how they do cross the veins. Especially as you get down in here. And if you take one of these leaves off and you hold it up to the sunlight, you can certainly tell that these have, some pretty good halos around the outside, that they're definitely not as well defined as what a particular gray leaf spot lesion would have. And you can see these right here, quite a bit of waviness to them, and certainly not typical for gray leaf spot. So a few things that you need to know with this disease is being called bacterial leaf streak. It is caused by a bacteria, not a fungus. So, as far as management techniques, there's not a fungicide in the market that's going to control bacterial leaf streak, because fungicides obviously work on fungi and not bacteria, very similar to Goss's wilt. This bacteria overwinters in residue and basically starts earlier on in the season with very wet weather, warm weather that enables splashing and infections from that point forward. It really does prefer wind-driven rain. So up until now, where we had drought and dry weather, we really had a lot of that. But really in the past, week and a half, I haven't really seen much rain to speak of here. But primarily it has been observed the most in Nebraska and Colorado. And while they are arid out there, they do have a lot of irrigation. So that frequent moisture that's delivered to those fields is definitely helping to promote the disease there. This does not require wounding like Goss's wilt does. So this can actually get in through the stomates, natural openings, versus Goss's wilt, which really needs wounds to really get going. So that's really not a hindrance there. Management wise, really right now you're looking at crop rotation to try and minimize that in the future. And then potentially some varietal differences, but there's things that we need to work out there as far as what hybrids may lend itself to have better tolerance to bacterial leaf streak. I don't think that there's a lot of known yield impact with bacterial leaf streak, but I would tell you that if what I saw was across the whole field and that continued to develop with wet weather, I would certainly think that there would be a yield impact. Things to consider for Northern Illinois is especially where we have areas that have frequent irrigation, like Whiteside County, Lee County, Western Carroll County, and other areas that have irrigation, that is certainly something that we should consider in the future and watch out for. So basically, everybody should be on watch in Northern Illinois to be looking for this disease. And, as far as that goes, if you have any further questions, if you think you have it, please reach out to me. I can help you figure out if you do. If I'm not really sure, we can send it to a lab to get that figured out. So just been a quick update as part of our virtual agronomy series, and wanted you to have an idea of what we're seeing with regards to bacterial leaf streak and really how to handle it. So hope this is helpful, and we will talk to you later. Thanks.